Hey everyone, DB here from Eat Sleep Cruise, where we help you see the world with the latest cruise reviews and tours, tips, and latest updates. And we're super excited. One of our favorite cruise lines, Norwegian Cruise Line, just put out a two-pronged approach on how they're going to return the sailing this summer from both the US and outside the US. How are they going to do it? Well, in this video, we take a look at this latest announcement as well as their Sail Safe program to see how cruising can return from the US this July. Now, if you haven't heard, just today, Norwegian Cruise Line announced 3 ships will return to service outside the United States starting in July.
Cruisers will have the opportunity to spend the summer exploring ancient ruins and sunny beaches with all new 7-day cruises to the Greek Isles on Norwegian Jade from Athens beginning on July 25th of 2021. They can also island hop with week-long Caribbean itineraries available from Montego Bay, Jamaica as of August 7th on Norwegian Joy, or from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic on Norwegian Gem beginning August 15th. Guests sailing on board Norwegian Jade's Greek Isles itinerary this summer will wake up in a new destination every day with 8 to 9 hours of port time to explore. The new Caribbean itineraries provide guests with 10 to 11 hours of port time, with each sailing featuring only 2 days at sea and 4 distinct ports of call. In addition, guests embarking on voyages from Montego Bay, Jamaica on Norwegian Joy will enjoy a visit to Harvest Key, the company's private resort destination in Belize. With this announcement, the cruise line today canceled all July and August itineraries on board Norwegian Breakaway, Dawn, Escape, Getaway, Sky, Spirit, Star, and Sun. In addition, voyages on board Norwegian Epic through September 1st of 2021 and Norwegian Pearl through November 7th of 2021 have also been canceled. The cruise line also extended its temporary peace of mind cancellation policy to guests sailing on cruises booked by April 30th of this year, with embarkation dates through October 31st of 2021.
What's more amazing this week is that Norwegian Cruise Line submitted a letter to the CDC
outlining a plan to restart cruising on July 4th from the US with its Sail Safe health and safety protocols. Essentially, this 12-point plan was put together to protect guests, crew, and the communities that Norwegian Cruise Line visits.
Now, on these initial sailings, they'll be 100% vaccinated. Both the crew and all passengers on board need to have received both doses of the COVID-19 vaccine at least 2 weeks prior to boarding the ship.
Now, Norwegian Cruise Lines is putting this requirement in place for all sailings through October 31st of 2021. The ships will be 100% vaccinated. Now, you might think this is the same protocol that Royal Caribbean and Celebrity Cruises are implementing in their sailings from the Bahamas and St. Martin. However, the big difference is that if guests are not old enough to receive the vaccine or otherwise are not eligible, they will not be able to sail on Norwegian Cruise Line.
That's right. Children will not be allowed on board these initial Norwegian Cruise Line sailings if they've not been vaccinated. Next, all passengers will need to submit to a COVID-19 antigen test before boarding the ship.
Now, this test will be paid for and administered by the cruise line. Only guests with a negative test result will be allowed to board the ship. Of course, guests will also need to comply with local requirements. Now, travel requirements are evolving quickly and vary depending on the port and country of departure. So, Norwegian Cruise Line will communicate with booked guests 30 days prior to sailing to share the most up-to-date travel requirements. In addition, guests will receive a second COVID-19 antigen test prior to disembarkation. Norwegian Cruise Line will implement a new check-in process on these sailings. This process will include staggered embarkation times and the ability to sign documents electronically. Guests will also need to undergo a pre-embarkation health screening, which includes a health questionnaire and temperature check.
Now, even though these initial sailings do have a vaccine requirement, all guests will still be required to wear face coverings while on board the ship.
Guests will need to don a mask at all times while indoors, except while in their own staterooms and while eating and drinking in restaurants, bars, and lounges. Guests will also need to wear a mask outdoors when physical distancing is not possible. So let's just hope that those deck chairs are 6 feet apart. The Norwegian Cruise Line app will be even more important now, so all guests are strongly encouraged to download it prior to sailing. It has enhanced features that are essential to a smooth and safe boarding day and cruise. These features include notifications, online check-in, the new online guest safety briefing, and the guest health, safety, and conduct policies. Some features are only available via the app, including the guest health questionnaire, which guests need to complete 24 hours before sailing. The app also includes important information such as ship maps, guest-to-guest chat, event and dining booking, itinerary planning, and steps to assure health and safety once on board.
On these initial sailings, Norwegian Cruise Line will reduce the capacity on board their ships to help promote social distancing.
The initial reduced capacity will be 60%. Additionally, dining and entertainment venues on board ships will have increased spacing. Most onboard venues and activities, including entertainment, spas, and casinos, will still be available with some temporary modifications. Next, Norwegian Cruise Line will implement contactless food and beverage service across all venues. The line also will remove all shared items when available. This presumably means QR menus will be used in restaurants and bars. However, there are no other details as to whether you might be able to have food and drinks delivered to you around the ship, like some other cruise lines have indicated. Guests will be encouraged to frequently wash their hands. Further, increased hand sanitation stations will be available throughout the ship. Guests will also be subject to temperature checks and health screenings throughout the cruise. This also goes for the crew. There will also be routine disinfection of public areas and high traffic areas throughout the ship. Guest staterooms will receive daily disinfection. Norwegian Cruise Line is installing medical grade air filters, which are capable of removing 99.9% of airborne pathogens. The company will also utilize new bipolar ionization technology. As you would expect, Norwegian Cruise Line has announced it's going to increase its medical team relative to guest capacity and enhance its medical facilities. This includes an increase in intensive care unit capacity and new upgraded equipment. The company will also employ onshore medical partnerships, including telemedicine capabilities. Further, all ships will sail with a dedicated public health officer. This individual will be responsible for oversight of all outbreak prevention initiatives. Each ship will also have an infectious disease prevention officer on board. Norwegian Cruise Line is also partnering with local destinations and tour operators to extend its comprehensive health and safety protocols to shore. Thus, guests will temporarily only be able to go ashore at ports of call on NCL cruise excursions. This policy is currently in effect for July and August sailings. The cruise line will be continually evaluating and modifying this policy accordingly. Norwegian Cruise Line will utilize contact tracing methods to notify those who have been exposed if a positive case should arise. The cruise line has also dedicated isolation and quarantine accommodations on board all ships. The cruise line has a mobilization and response plan for collaborating with local authorities, providing medical treatments, and coordinating safe return home for guests and crew.
Now, this comprehensive plan was delivered to the CDC on Monday. In this letter, Norwegian Cruise Line requested an exemption from the conditional sail order given these new health and safety protocols.
Norwegian Cruise Line is confident that they can have ships back out to sea sailing from the US starting this July. What do you think of Norwegian Cruise Line's Sail Safe program? Let us know in the comment section below if you'd be comfortable sailing on a Norwegian Cruise Line ship with these new safety measures in place. If you want to learn more about other cruise lines' policies, check out some of our latest videos that look at all the changes coming to cruising because of COVID. If you found this video helpful, we have plenty of other videos on the channel with cruise tips, including our picks for the top 10 best new cruise ships of 2021. If you have any questions or just want to say hi, you can reach out to us all over social media at Eat Sleep Cruise. And if you haven't already done so, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe to our channel down below and hit the notification icon. That way you get updated whenever we put out brand new cruise and travel videos.